Yeah, had over 40,000.
Well, we had immigration services help us increase the number of surnames.
And the Chinese have a tradition of not wanting to change things.
Patrilineal naming.
Okay, I'm not going to figure it out tonight.
That's too bad.
Okay. I'm taking network of contacts.
Okay.
So,
What's your contacting it?
average.
Okay.
Ever?
I would not recommend it. I would not say that for your next round of stuff. I.e., hand over pattern stuff.
Actually, it's fair.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
they would still qualify
still
for
qualify.
background, but
But still qualify.
It would.
I would
But-
put something that you.
but I have things where I took something on something that was fair. Technically, I have something that I have 2 stunts on something that is average. Flawless Parry and Riposte are both off of weapons, aren't they?
Yes. Yes, they are.
Okay.
You might want to try, since you have weapons out at the top of your pyramid, you could actually go for a period if possible.
I thought of doing it. But this way I can get myself a +1
But we're supposed to have
without calling
24
along
stunts,
Freddy.
right?
And
Okay.
24 is the new number, yes.
And that's one of the reasons you have companions is to use them. I mean, in the physical fight, I mean, they end up taking the hit for you, so you get another moderate consequence. 'Cause they get clobbered.
I feel bad.
If only I could have minions. That'd be great. Just snap my fingers and those guys appear out of thin air.
Yeah, but the monthly bills from Thugs R Us.
Well, we'll do that.
less work setting them up too, actually.
It's like
Minions just appear and their numbers are what give you your companions, though. You gotta think about what you want to do with it.
Yeah, I suppose I could look at another companion.
For improvements on an existing one. Independence, quality.
I have one with independence. That would be my major domo.
So we can go off and negotiate contracts off.
Yes, because he has good leadership as well. And good empathy.
Now here's the deal. Okay, guys, we're back in New York. I still look like Lenin.
Yes.
You could fix that.
If I take off the costume, I'm never going to be able to put a costume on this good by myself, no matter how much time I take. Because I'm only a good liar, I'm not a superb liar, and I don't have special stunts.
Well,
Well,
let me put it this way. How long do you want to stall Paris?
what we want, we don't want Lennon making great announcements.
Okay.
We want Lennon being noticed. A couple of photos of him, crossing a park, standing at a window, and they slip out to the daily news, and we just let things percolate. Otherwise, ill is likely to kill the whole city of New York.
Tried doing that once already. Well, not the whole city, but we're going a lot of it.
Probably about 100,000 people if he hadn't been paid and hadn't been thwarted by you guys. Yeah.
He got paid and thwarted?
No, he did not actually get paid. He didn't. He sent in a ransom demand, but
It did not get paid.
it did not get
There's a bunch of idiots interrupting his trap.
paid. Yes.
Okay. One of you want to take pictures of Lennon and a few strategic places in New York City.
Just do it in the first day or so you can get back to being you. And then we let them get parceled out by someone with much better contacting than I have.
My contact.
Or someone with an eldritch ability to increase his contacting.
Eldritch? It's not like he's using Cthulhu to increase his
It
contacting.
doesn't mean that.
It means
No,
mystical, not
Yes.
understood.
Yeah,
Oh,
that word was around a lot earlier than Mr. Lovecraft was. Oh, I should probably put these up too.
Yeah, the healthy
On
stuff.
name.
okay. So we are live,
Okay.
and I have made my updates to social media. People will know we are live.
We're not Memorex.
We are not Memorex, except people will still be able to watch us when we are a
Does
video
that
on
company
demand
still
or a
exist,
YouTube
Stephen?
video.
I know they used to make discs, but I was just curious if Memorex still exists.
I believe they do.
Yeah.
They may have been acquired by BASF. I'd have to look them up. I have an operational question for you about the network of contacts. If I define, let's say we go back to Lisbon and I define Pedro as having certain advances. When I come back again, does he have those same advances or can I change
He has the same advantage.
them? Okay, so once
So
it's
you would
defined,
just, if you wanted to create a different,
his cousin Raoul, for example.
Paspatu or.
Okay.
Imation bought Memorex in
Imation,
2016.
that's
But they still use the name because one of the hits that showed up was Memorex Bluetooth clock available at Target.
They got name recognition.
I wasn't sure they still did. I guess.
Or they got that catchy phrase.
Yes. Live or
The question is, somebody want to get a camera and start taking pictures of me at random places in New York.
Now that we're back in New York City, I just have to go get it. Let's see, where do I keep this so we can? Oh, in the rucksack. So I may have had it with me all the time.
Go down to the docks, like where a big ship from Europe would come in. You have to take a picture.
Yep.
the senior Rockefeller buy the New York Daily News? I had this vague recollection of some such thing happening, but I didn't write it down. So
I do not remember that happening.
okay.
Okay, then a picture of him walking with his can in Central Park.
Somewhat of a distance, slightly blurry.
Actually, it can be a good picture. Rolling here. He does look like the fellow now.
Yes, but the photo isn't being taken by his staff photographer.
That's true.
It's being taken by whatever the forerunner of a paparazzi is.
So in game, it's February, right?
Yes.
February 11th. By my notes.
1924.
1924 is correct. Oreo disagrees, but Oreo is wrong. Yes.
Let's see, another place to take Times Square.
And among all the, even at this time, it was full of hookers and, well, they weren't drug people. Maybe they
I
were.
know. I should take the second layer,
And then we
the one
wait
with
for
the
a
sub
subway.
basement.
Mm-hmm.
Take
And
a
then
layer that
maybe,
is
Wall
focused
Street or
on the
something.
workshop,
Hmm.
A
specialized
home
for
of
vehicles.
capitalism.
Sure.
Why not?
And then the
That
New
way
York
I'd have
Public
some
Library.
place to do work.
Yeah, I was looking at headquarters, and it gives me, because I also took Blair and I'm taking Blair Dome now, it gives me a secondary facility. And I'm looking at that, and the secondary facility is at resources -3 to start. And my resources is fair.
So basically, you'd be renovating a sewer.
Yeah. I decided it was going to be an engineering workshop. But I obviously am not going to use it until I can upgrade it a few times.
Fortunately, it should upgrade fairly quickly.
Yeah, I have to roll resources. No, I have to roll resources and get the target +2. Is that right?
I don't think it actually says.
He made a right.
Yeah.
The book actually doesn't say.
He did though.
I
Okay.
did. Yeah.
Improve a workspace. The base time is 1 month, and your target equals resources versus the new level +2.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that was on a note in your book there.
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, it would start out at
It would start out at 4,
4.
and you'd be rolling against fair to increase it.
Now, saying something that would make things a lot easier for you. You use Betty's resources instead of yours.
No, I mean,
And isn't one of the points of having a companion is to be able to use them?
yeah, I'd have to use her. She'd have to be the one rolling, and
That
she doesn't have fate points.
Technically, she doesn't have the stunt, but she's your companion, so you have the stunt, so she
Yeah.
kind of has it.
I mean, yeah,
I don't know. I think you should get something. That's all.
Well, since we're on that topic, I am going to start work on upgrading the workshop because it is at Superb right now.
your engineering workshop.
Yeah,
Okay.
because the lab is already at Fantastic. The workshop is currently at Superb.
Can I do something about that for you?
Do what? I don't know. Sometimes when you do things to vehicles, it doesn't work out quite like I like. Take care of my passenger first.
Yes.
Yeah, you haven't done that research, have you?
I'm working on that research.
Okay.
Where is the thing about improving workspaces?
Scott put a personal note in his copy.
Well, yes, but where is it in general? Under resources?
No, you see, the thing is, it's the book says it can be, you can improve them by rolling against resources,
Right.
but didn't specify how, but didn't specify any numbers. Kevin specified numbers.
So
It was
my resources is that good. To get a fantastic, I need a legendary result.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. I need to look something up. I should know this off the top of my head because of the number of times I figured it out. But okay. So I spent that,
Are there any really famous
and I spent
hospitals in
that,
Oh, yeah.
Vermont?
and I speak
The only
to
one I can think of on the East Coast is John Hopkins. So that's a
that in that,
That's
that
in
construction
Baltimore,
company that I got me contact info for.
that construction company.
The one that did the work on the Century Club.
The Athens or
Athens, yes.
Athens construction
I think it
company?
was Athens.
And present them with a check for a ridiculous amount of money, and tell them that she needs a workshop upgrade.
That won't
This
work.
is on your, yeah, that won't work because it's on your stately pleasure dome, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah, we can't do that.
So take back the two.
Okay.
Okay.
And I will attempt instead to arrange for the materials. That's a +1. So that would be great. If I spend, it's fantastic. So, and then 2 time increments would give me what I need. What is the base time? A month?
1
One
month.
month.
So,
So
it'd
2
be
increments would be 3
Three
months.
months.
3 months.
The actually I just found that the +2 thing for upgrading is in the book, but the length of time is not. The base time for a workshop upgrade is not in the book, but it's right here. Resources.
Well, I
Or
rolled a
difficulty
positive
equals
result, so I feel I should probably keep that, because otherwise I'll go through a lot of fate points.
Yeah.
So yeah, resources starts at good. +1 is great. Spend.
That's fantastic.
So it's fantastic. Cloud 9 is the aspect, since that's what I'm upgrading. Yeah, fantastic, but I need legendary, so 2 time increments. Grade to fantastic on engineering workshop.
No.
Right. On workshop. Will complete. It's 3 months, you said? So
Uh-huh.
March, April, May.
Yeah, the time increments are weird in that. area.
Okay. Well, I start up the process.
Okay.
You've got Memorial Hospital for the treatment of cancer and allied diseases, which will eventually become Sloan Kettering. Bellevue, which actually is not just a psychiatric hospital.
I didn't know that.
The Harlem Hospital Center. Metropolitan Hospital, at this time it's called the New York Homeopathic Medical College.
Probably the same for that.
And Mount Sinai.
Is that
Well,
right?
Beth Israel. It's
Isn't that where the ark is?
I'm gonna say I cannot see Lennon going to Beth Israel.
Then how about St. Luke's?
Especially with St. Louis. Sure, why not?
Anyway, it boils down to there are a bunch of hospitals.
Yeah, is no
At
one
this
throwing the
time.
ball for you?
I just didn't know there was one of
Yeah.
distinction, you know,
Like
But I
Mayo.
can throw it for you.
or,
That's not
or
fine.
John Hopkins, or
The one that will in the future
Maybe.
be Sloan Kettering.
Stanford, you know. I've been in the character for this game that got his medical degree from Stanford and got his PhD in electrical engineering from Caltech.
Okay.
Well, there's one on Park Avenue, but I don't think you really want to go to it. It's Women's Hospital. The Woman's Hospital.
Can I see your picture?
This time frame, they would
Okay.
have Harvard and Radcliffe between men's and women's. They haven't combined them yet.
Well, I must say I like the color scheme of Mount Sinai West. It's modern, however. I think that was the one that. Yeah, that was built later. Columbia University Medical Center. Oh, that wasn't. It didn't have that name until 1997. It's currently New York Presbyterian.
So
Beekman Hospital.
we need somebody like every couple of days, maybe twice a week, to leak one of these pictures. I'm thinking Hawk.
Possibly.
Hawk is not a social companion. This is more of a social thing, isn't it?
You just took network of contacts, right?
True.
So have one of your contacts. Invoke a brand new contact to be a new photographer for the newspapers. Or a photographer freelancer. You know, whatever the current equivalent of a paparazzi would be.
Okay. One semi-instantaneous companion.
Jimmy Olsen.
I think that's taken, or will be in a few years.
Actually, quite a few. 1938.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure Jimmy Olsen made the grade back in 1938.
I think he didn't actually show up until like late 50s. I'd have to look him up to be sure. But he never seemed like a fully formed character when I was reading it in the 60s.
Very few of them were.
It was a comic book, for Christ's sake.
Uh-huh.
I'm not sure how long it lasted. I know it was around in the early to mid 70s. I know it started in the 50s. I think. I'm not sure about that. Okay.
So we have a plan,
Mm-hmm.
photos taken.
Yep.
We don't really care about the artistic quality as long as you don't leave the lens cap on. It's out of focus, or he's not framed properly, or whatever. We don't care about any of those things as long as he's in the photo and
Focused. Reasonably.
focused reasonably. Yes, you don't have your thumb
Focused
in front of it.
identifiably.
You do
Yes.
not want to be mistaken for Bigfoot.
Yeah.
77. Let's see.
And then you can take off your disguise.
Good. Back before Valentine's Day.
Yes.
Pushing it a little bit, but yes.
Let's see, these guys are average quality, right? Yeah.
Network contacts started average, yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna pick him up one. And he doesn't have to be particularly great. He's skilled at art.
Now that's what you use for photography.
Yep.
Mhm.
And so average, he's fair.
So is he going to be the one taking the photos?
No, actually. Oh, yeah.
Then
Why
you don't
not?
need to have him have art.
Right.
You,
He needs contacting
And remember,
to distribute the
if
things.
he doesn't have independent, you have to be there with him or he'll screw everything up. So one of his advances should be independent.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
well, let's hear now. I got my really expensive cognac, wasn't it?
Yes. Oh, but he's a short timer,
Yes.
so he can have 3 advances.
Yes.
If
You're only
just
using him for
him in
one scene.
then
Yeah.
yes.
Whatever a scene is in this context.
For the photograph and spreading to the newspaper. But
Yeah, you
because
give
this
him the
way they-
photograph, he goes off and spreads it. Now, if
So-
you're going to have him do this over a longer time period of multiple days, that's more than one scene.
So it sounds like 2. It is independent and a skill improvement.
But you could do a different guy
Mm-hmm.
for each distribute a photograph.
Yeah.
Because every scene you can get another network
Right.
of contacts contact.
So we do the quality again. He's independent.
So you're gonna have your own version of the irregulars.
Yeah. Instead of art, however, it's going to be contacting. Because all he needs to do is distribute.
I think most of today is setting up for the upgrade, saying hello to all the people I haven't talked to in quite a while because I've been out of the area and catching up, including going to Professor Simmons, is it?
Simpsons.
Simpson. I can never remember the name for some reason. Simpson. Asking
think
him
of-
how he's doing. He gets into all sorts of strange stuff.
He does, as a matter of fact. He is doing fine.
Good. Glad to hear it.
So, Simon, I noticed that you didn't really contact Cornelia very much on our last mission either.
No, I didn't. Yes, that's the first thing I did when I got back in town.
Oh, really? you should have said that earlier.
Yes,
but
I should
okay.
Okay.
Is this going to be an in-person contact? You calling her on the phone?
Jack calling her on the phone because he still looks like Lennon when he first got
Yeah.
around.
Technically, you could have contacted her a day out over the video, but
Didn't think of it.
didn't think.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes,
Yep.
it's a little
We're
late
in-
for that
we're
now.
in
We're
New
already
York,
in New York City.
Mhm.
So I'd say in person at that point.
The problem with in person is that it requires figuring out where she is.
Okay. That's fine.
What time of day was it when we got to New York?
Morning. Wait.
I think it was.
Yeah, it was morning.
Mhm.
So I was
Because of the time zone thing. And
Right.
You had, yeah.
because of the time zone thing and the really quick travel.
Yeah.
I will go to.
Yeah, it's probably earlier than you usually awake.
Yeah.
I think it's like 8 a.m.
Uh-huh. So, at that point, I will get to the brownstone, get the gold bug, drive off to whichever house she's been living in,
Okay.
and knock on the door.
A butler answers.
And look at him and say, "Is Miss Cornelia home?"
She is home. She is not awake yet.
Might I wait for her?
Certainly, you can come into the sitting room. Would you like me to wake her?
Had she left any instructions on what she was
No,
planning on
she
today?
usually rises before 10.
I would wait.
Yeah, I'll wait.
Certainly, sir.
We're very well matched.
Well, Jack is going to, while he's out and about, and his picture taken in various spots in New York, he's going to wait till about 10:15. He's going to go to a payphone, or bank or something, has a phone, and he's going to call the Vanderbilt residence.
Okay.
Operator, give me the Vanderbilt residence.
Actually, the phone you're using is a dial phone.
Whoa, high tech here.
You don't have to talk to an operator unless you're making a long distance call.
Wow. Modern technology is wonderful.
It is. So you dial the number
Mm-hmm.
of the Vanderbilt residence, which I assume you have memorized. And if the phone rings and a woman answers, you recognize it as one of the maids. Vanderbilt residence.
Good morning. This is Jack, and I was wondering if Paris is available to speak on the phone.
I'll see, sir. She comes back in a couple of minutes.
Okay.
She's unavailable right now. If you could wait, she should be available in another 5 to 10 minutes.
I can wait.
Certainly, sir. So 5 minutes go by, 10 minutes go by, 20 minutes go by, half an hour goes by, and at the half hour mark,
Mm-hmm.
Just
hello,
Yes, hello.
Jack. It's Paris.
Lovely to hear your voice.
Well, I'm so glad to finally hear from you.
I'm actually still on the mission, you might say, but I am in New York City, and I will be getting off the mission this evening.
Well, we should celebrate that.
Yeah, we could celebrate. My mission was a
You
complete.
saved the world.
Well, my mission was a complete failure, but other than that, I guess I'm back here with you. That's for celebrating.
So you didn't save the world and we're all going to die. Is that what you're saying?
Well,
You said your mission that you were going off on was to save the world.
actually, I said my mission was going after the man who murdered my grandfather.
Well, that was... I mean, when you went to Russia, you were trying to save the world.
Well, actually, we did. What happened is an opportunity presented itself to go after this murder, and I took it,
I see.
which unfortunately required a lot of secrecy.
I see.
And it makes me feel better. I think Simon's in the same situation.
Really?
Yes. So it wasn't just a me thing, it was an us thing.
You know, somehow, John Doe seems to be in regular contact with Betty, even though he's doing all sorts of ultra secret things. Could you maybe talk to him at some point and find out how he does that, so that you could do it as well?
I have a pretty good idea on how he does it, and it's unfortunately beyond my ability, currently speaking.
Well, that is unfortunate.
But I will talk to him about it. But while in Paris, I did get you something very special.
Oh! What did you get me?
I'd like it to be a surprise.
All right. Well,
Hello, DOG. Hello. I don't have any food. I have no food. Okay. If you want attention, I can do that. But no food. Nope. Sorry.
well, I will see you tonight then. You don't have a time that you'll be able to be available.
I would say by 6 would be probably the earliest.
Well, then, I will see you, let's say 7.
And where should we,
You can pick me up here.
okay. Do you have any place in mind? Or,
Oh, just the Cobalt Club, I guess.
okay.
Just the Cobalt. I think that. How is just the Cobalt Club?
more exclusive clubs in New York at this point?
No.
Century, in its own way.
In its own way.
In its
yes.
own way, but you don't go there to be seen.
Not going to see. But in its own way, it is as exclusive.
Yeah.
I think the Stork Club is also at this time.
Yeah, Polo Club trumps it though. Plus, see, the Polo Club is still sitting on it. You see, police commissioner, that's where he goes to get his drinks.
Well, see you then, and click.
Well, that could have been worse.
So,
I tell Rick.
make an empathy roll.
Oh, it's Guy Fawkes Day.
Yes.
it is.
Wow, I done good.
Ah, well, you can tell she's not happy with you.
It's pretty good for me.
Yes, so you
No!
know for sure that she's not happy with you.
All right.
You didn't roll rapport anywhere in there. You weren't trying to convince her of anything, so you didn't try to influence her to not be unhappy with you anymore, so
I was gonna do that in person.
okay.
That was the
So,
plan.
so you know it is time to sweep her off her feet tonight.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
So actually, we'll get back to Simon since he's been sitting in a sitting room for
An hour and a half.
2.5 hours.
Hello there.
There was drive time.
He's in the sitting room for 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours, yes.
Okay.
Well, yes, he got there at about 8:30 because you
Oh,
guys
that
got
close.
in about 8.
Okay.
It was a half-hour drive,
Yep. Okay.
and so then it's 9,
Hello.
it's 10,
10.
it's 11.
At least you got a good breakfast on the airship before leaving.
And I
You have terrible jet lag, but that's, whatever.
Yeah.
Roll on your endurance. You can fight it off. Just a little bit.
while I was sitting there, I could consult my inner library and spend a couple of hours on, now what can I do about that guy?
So, but you're not going to be tempted to run out into the garden and steal some flowers?
No.
Wow, would that be unimpressive?
That really doesn't work well, even in
It's
the movies.
February, so all the flowers would be dead.
Okay, in the conservatory then?
Yeah, the greenhouse or the conservatory. So yeah, you're pretty sure that she must have been awake for a while, and you're still sitting there.
That's okay.
At this point, you probably don't have to roll rapport to understand you're in the dog.
Empathy.
Or empathy.
I knew
So-
I was in the doghouse before I got here.
Yep.
So when you mean inner library, you're talking walking library, right?
Yes.
Not the Akashic
Right.
research library or whatever. So literally any contract written by Baba Yaga is ironclad and foolproof. Like every story about someone who's made any kind of an agreement with Baba Yaga, she's very old, and maybe 1,000 years ago she
Left a loophole.
left some loopholes, but nothing in your walking library research is going to say anything other than nobody has been able to break a contract with her, and if it's a you die if you break a contract, then you just die. I mean, there's nothing. So you could kill him and his contract would be broken. I don't think he wants that.
Could you kill him and revive him?
So if you did that inside of your circle,
So I'll be trapped in the circle.
it's, I mean, you don't know the wording of the particular contract that he made,
Mm-hmm.
but you would guess that if it was in the circle, the contract would still hold if you resurrected him inside the circle somehow.
Right.
Because it wouldn't, the notice wouldn't be sent out or whatever. If you killed him inside the circle, then brought his dead body out of the circle, then what would probably happen is what happened to that other guy who killed himself and had a contract with Baba Yaga, the thing that you saw where,
It came and grabbed his soul.
yeah.
Well,
See, that's the problem. This contract apparently isn't just you break it, you die. It's you break it, and the contract ends with your soul being dragged down to hell. So it's a very unpleasant thing, but
Yeah, I'm not really expecting to be able to break the contract.
okay.
What I'm trying to figure out is
You're looking for loopholes, right? Or
no, actually, what I'm looking is there something that I can do that would replicate the effect of that circle that he could wear as a piece of jewelry that would
Allow him to operate until he loses the piece of jewelry.
right or dies.
Or dies.
Or better yet, a tattoo on it.
Possibly
That's always that because it's a part of it.
tattoo artifacts are stunts, and you get to have one because you are a centurion.
Mm-hmm.
He's just a guy.
Yeah.
Well, actually, maybe this
You-
a stunt.
You could create an artifact that could replicate the circle and give it to him and admonish him he has to wear it all the time.
Right.
Because if he takes it off for a second,
Mm-hmm.
he'd die and have his soul dragged to hell. You have to
Yep.
But if somebody steals it from him, or if it's on a chain and the chain
Okay.
breaks,
Implant it.
It's sufficient to give him the piece of jewelry and a chance at that.
If you implant it, he's less likely to lose it. And you have somebody who has the doctor's skill here.
or you could
For me, stunt.
what is it called? And it's just like a metal band that goes
A
around.
choker.
But
No.
that's like a chain that goes around.
Yeah.
the neck.
Yeah.
This is like
A
a
torque.
torque. Yes.
Yeah.
That he wouldn't be able to remove. It would be affixed to him. Have you two not decided on things yet?
No,
Apparently not.
it got delayed by her surgery.
You're describing more of a collar at that point than a torque.
Yeah.
But a torque or a collar could be done. And that way it's unlikely to be accidentally removed.
Yeah, and nobody's easily going to steal it from him.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're looking for that, that is a possibility.
Yeah, I figured that breaking / finding a loophole in the contract was pretty much a non-starter. It was. So I start thinking about ways to make an appropriate artifact.
Well, you're an artificer, so.
Yep.
Um,
And after I have some ideas, I will plan on making a trip to Cloud9 hopefully tomorrow and talking to him about options.
mhm.
I'm not there. So I can't say anything.
You are not there. That is true. Plus, your character's not an artificer either.
Just curious, John, so Lennon was sitting in a phone booth for half an hour waiting. on the
Yes.
Mhm.
phone. Okay. I wanted to make sure that I had understood what had happened correctly. That's going to cause rumors.
Good. I want rumors of Lennon. Okay? That's the whole plan.
That's fine. I just
That happened.
that happened. Okay.
Mhm.
I'm amused.
So yes, at finally around 11, she's down there. Surprised! Oh, Simon, I didn't know you were here. No one told me. I hope you didn't mind waiting.
Not in the least.
You want to make an empathy roll?
Sure, I might as well. Hang on a second. I came prepared. I just want to check and make certain that I came right prepared. Yes. I came as right prepared.
I suppose you left.
Ah, wow. Okay,
Unprepared.
that's still not bad. But
That's still superb.
yeah. Yes, she knew you were down here, and is unhappy with you. Something about waiting. The way she emphasized that particular word.
Yeah, like I said. I'm sorry things happened. Do you want the whole... Well, do you want as much of the story as I can tell?
Why don't we have lunch, and you can tell me over lunch.
Okay.
So go into the dining room, and yeah, lunch is served.
Your watch is making noises.
I click not now and put it away.
Wow, usually that's like I'm in a gun battle or something.
Well, he's in a battle for his wife.
Yes. Not married yet, but yes, I suppose. So, I don't know what high points you're hitting. What's the general form of the story?
Okay. Scott lost track.
We went
Last-
to Russia.
The last time I saw her was just before we went to kill Father Russia.
Yes. That is my recollection.
So I tell her about the excitement of killing the bad guy.
Okay. At some point, she says, "Isn't that the sort of thing that John Doe usually handles? Is there some reason you had to be involved?"
Plausible deniability.
I'm not sure what that means.
That means that John Doe couldn't be seen to be responsible.
I see. Okay. And you go on, you're talking about, then after you gone to kill Father Russia, then what?
Then we had to keep Lennon alive.
Lenin is dead.
No, he isn't.
Lenin, it's been in the newspapers.
I know.
He had a funeral.
I know. It was a very pretty fake corpse.
Why do you care that? I mean, he was a terrible person. Why are you keeping him alive?
Jack wants him alive.
Which is the total reverse of the dog.
So you're not actually keeping Lenin alive. You're pretending to keep Lenin alive.
I think he's saying this is a deceit.
So please make a deceit roll. That's good enough, I'm sure. Unless you're going after your real base deceit.
I'm going after my real base deceit because I didn't bring that one.
Well,
They have lots of fate points.
Yeah, and I'm going to spend one of them.
yeah, your target here is fair, just to let you know.
Okay. Protect his friends.
Okay.
So that gets me to there. I'll spend the other one to a +2. I know a secret.
Okay.
That gets me to fair.
All right. That
Ouch.
convinces her that you're telling the truth. And so now she blames Jack.
Which is okay.
Ever hear a friendly fire?
It's okay, she'll just be talking to Paris later. All right.
And then there was the slight detour with the vampires.
And there
And I
he's
tell her
telling
about the
the
vampires
truth.
in the basement. I tell her about the vampires in the catacombs
Okay.
of Paris.
Well, that sounds horrible.
You might
Yes.
You might want to mention that Jack saved all you guys from falling into that goop.
I tell her in as much detail as she will let me.
Besides, wasn't it Lenin who saved us?
Yeah.
No.
It was just a guy who looks a lot like Lenin. All right. It was Jack. Okay, well, she seems... All right, make a report. I said make. I mean, that's still pretty good for where you're at, but
That would be a great rapport roll.
yeah, let me just check.
Um,
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good enough. -3, though. Man, if you're going off your base rapport.
No, that was, like I said, I'm wearing the platinum dragon choker, so I have rapport and empathy at
Yeah,
magic at mysteries.
yeah.
Mysteries.
All right, yeah, she's mollified. She still doesn't seem super happy that you were gone a really long time and never got in touch with her, though. I mean, do they not have phones in? I mean, they have telegraph
Undercover.
offices there, don't they?
Yes, I should have done something about that. I apologize profusely and
You do know you have a fiance, right? That's a thing. That we're a partnership.
yes. you know what I like when I have a puzzle. And I have these huge puzzles.
But it sounds like there were breaks. There. You started here and you did this, and then there was
Yes, I screwed up.
nothing, and then there was this, and then there was more nothing.
Yes, love, I screwed up. I will do my best to do better.
Hello. Yeah. No, you can't go on the table. No, go on the table.
What else can I do to make it up to you? Other than promise to try and do better in the future.
Is there some way you could just not forget ever again that you have a fiance? Or at some point a wife?
Maybe.
It's a good thing she followed up with that.
Hey, you might have done an edgy, you know.
No, she doesn't sound like she's breaking up with you or anything. She's not terminating
She's not at that point.
the engagement. But it sounds like forgetting your fiance for several days, weeks, whatever.
Yeah.
Even though you're in like
Cool.
major cities that you could send a telegram from. And
I will make myself some-
she also knows that John Doe seems to be able to get messages to Betty
Yes.
even when in deep cover.
I will make myself something to remind me.
Okay, good idea.
That's gonna be confused.
Yes, your dad is going to go, what is that smell?
You don't know what to think. Oh yeah, it's good fighting. It's both from over here.
Is there anything special you would like to do the rest of the day?
Sure, let's go shopping.
Okay.
I'm reminded of a country song. It's hard to kiss the lips that have been chewing your ass all day.
Well, Simon 100% deserves it.
Yes, does.
I won't argue.
Neither will Simon.
Yeah. Okay, so yes, after lunch, after a long leisurely lunch, you guys go out for an extended shopping tour. Make a resources roll.
Those positive consumer
There's four.
therapy.
Okay. So that would be a basis superb. I'm going to invoke best that money can buy, which is probably going to make it more expensive, but will make it fantastic.
All right.
And we'll toss money as no object at it, just to be certain we can afford absolutely anything.
Okay.
Well, not absolutely anything. That gets me to legendary.
You're the
Yeah.
new owner of the Brooklyn Bridge.
that is money is no object. Legendary is money is no object.
Oh no, that's not money as no object. That's long-term investments. Long-term investments.
Well, no, on the money chart,
On the money
yes,
chart.
the amount. Legendary, it's not a number. It says money is no object.
Uh-huh.
The things you can buy are a personal island and a zeppelin. But yes, there is money as a no object as a stunt. That's
Uh-huh.
something different.
Yeah.
So best that money can buy.
Best that money can buy. You're a +1 to your resources whenever making a purchase of something that would really be considered the best. While this may seem like a discount, it's not really, since seeking out the best may mandate a price mark several steps above the baseline. Still, this stunt helps soften the blow. And long-term investments gave me +2. Oh, and I didn't have to spend a fate point for that one. It's just a once per session thing.
All right.
Yeah.
Actually, reading between the lines, I can get the gauntlet
What?
+2. So I spend a fate point for money as no object, which gets me as if I had rolled.
Best that money can buy, or not?
No. How do I get to God? I'm explaining how I get to godlike +2,
Okay.
not what I did this time.
All right.
How I would get to godlike +2. I spend a fate point for money as no object, which gives me an automatic +4. Then I invoke a long-term investments, which gives me another +2. Gets me to +6. Then I spend a fate point for the +2, gets me to +8. On top of my base resources of great, gets me godlike +2.
Yep.
You're all +4.
No.
Money is no
Money
object.
is
Gives
no
you
object.
an automatic
Gives them
+4
an automatic
roll.
+4
Oh, on your
On your resources roll.
on the
Yeah.
resources
I
roll.
see.
So you don't have to just keep spending fate points till you get that +4 roll.
So
Uh-huh.
you end up buying Bolivia.
Just
Well-
go for chili.
Okay, but yeah, you didn't do that this
Not-
time.
I
But
didn't
you
do that
do
this
know
time.
that if you the thing is,
Colombia.
you hit legendary and it says money is no
Cash in the drug
object.
trade.
So there's no point in going higher than legendary.
Not right now. If I wanted to improve a workspace that was
That's true.
epic,
Yeah.
I would be rolling against a target of godlike.
Awe-inspiring.
Uninspiring.
Oh, if
Yeah.
it's already
If it's
epic.
already epic.
If it's already epic and you're
Oh, you're
improving
going-
it to legendary,
Uh-huh.
Okay, yeah.
then it's
Godlike.
the target is godlike.
Godlike. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And if I did that, I would have it upgraded to legendary in 1 week.
Yes. Uh-huh.
I need to check and make certain that I.
I'm just trying for a new drill press in the workshop over here.
I'm trying for new equipment in the workshop too.
Mm-hmm.
It takes a little bit of time to build a laser press.
Hey, I'm happy with my fantastic workshop, so I'm cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not a lot you can't do in a fantastic workshop.
Yeah. Backwards. Now, if I were doing it for what I would be doing it for, what I would be doing such an what I would be doing such a god awful thing for would be an arcane library.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now that we got all these photographs taken, Rick, let's get the film developed, make sure it's good.
What do you think I've been doing all day?
Yes.
Or I'll be doing all day.
Yes. That's
Well,
Because the photographer hasn't got the skills. And everybody else are
I want to make sure
agents.
the pictures turn out before I take the disguise off.
I can develop it for you. It's a simple matter of applied science.
I won't stop you.
Is that what you want? Yes. The downside to invoking money as no object is that I'm then -2 resources for the -2 to all resources roll for the rest of the session.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you still have more money than Iggy ever will. So. I loved when they couldn't make cab answer. It was funny.
Simon couldn't.
No, Edgy.
Edgy.
Edgy couldn't.
Edgy,
Okay,
yeah.
yes.
He rolled very bad on his resources, and his resources are
Mediocre.
Mediocre to start with.
mediocre. Yeah, so he sometimes doesn't have any money at all. Like maybe 20 cents or something like that.
And sometimes those answers I use for all the money goes to other people.
Just looking at that. So John Doe has walking library and photographic memory. Walking library reduces research time by 1 unit of time. Photographic memory research, if it's something, let's see. If the answer lies in something you've read before, then any research effort takes an additional 2 units less time, stacked on top of walking library.
Yep.
And because he now has a world-class research library, the rate of research is reduced by 1 time increment.
Where did that one come from?
Stately Pleasure Dome?
Oh, Stately Pleasure Dome. Okay.
You're now down 5.
1, 2, 3. No, 4.
4.
Yes.
4.
1
Oh,
for
walking
walking library,
okay.
2 more for photographic memory, 1 more.
I thought walking library was 2.
No.
Okay.
And it has to be an area, it has to be part of a library that I've already read. For instance, my own research library. So, John Doe researching his
Oh.
library.
Actually looking at
Okay,
what you
so you
wrote
trade
that
out one
because
for
I have to
something
spend a
unique
bit
and
of time
distinctive
to be
such
able to do
as-
sciences,
Yes.
art.
So substituting world
Now,
class
all you have to do
library
is,
for
is
world class lab
develop the film.
Yes.
is
Basic
trivial.
chemistry.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I've already. Yeah.
Yes. We assume that world class lab actually means world class workspace.
Yes.
How well do I do with photography?
So, and
Be
utmost
positive.
secrecy was
Fair.
the one that I
That's
The
not bad.
one that you dropped because of
dropped. I mean, it is slightly secret, but I mean, many people know where his warehouse is.
I think legendary is enough.
For developing the film.
Yes. Well, I assume
Burning,
it's
dodging,
inorganic.
cropping.
I assume it's inorganic.
It is
chemistry,
inorganic
so-
chemistry.
Yes.
And I rolled a positive value.
So,
Yeah, average is good enough. Okay?
Uh-huh.
But you can only reduce by 4 time increments.
I can take care of some of the graininess.
Yes.
No, we want the graininess.
Too late.
so Jack is not thinking about the Cobalt Club, and he had an idea.
Uh-oh.
Is it a good idea?
Jack is going to see if they would be willing to have an impromptu musical presentation by the world famous JJ. See, they're getting on the phone.
Well, let's see. I'm not going to make a contacting roll to call the Cobalt Club. But you're trying to convince them of something. You're not just asking, you're actually trying to convince them, hey, you should have J.J. Spencer do a performance tonight. So make a rapport roll.
Wow, that could have been better.
My note here says, those with significant others spend time groveling.
Well,
That's an excellent description.
I liked mine too. He's in a fight for his wife.
Yeah. That's a good description.
At the moment, I'm at great. That's using a fate point, by the way.
Your chances are not bad that great is good enough.
Do you have big name on it? Okay.
Unless I can tag that I have the Versioso stuff, I can't. No. This is gonna be great.
Okay, that is good enough. They say certainly we would love to have JJ Spencer do a performance tonight. I mean, we don't have enough time to publicize it,
Publicize it.
but we can certainly feature you in the signboard out in front of the co-op club.
That's great. And I'm certain they know a gossip or two that they can call.
Oh, they can also massage the message. We have surprise performances by various famous performers, such as
Then I'm gonna go and buy somebody a dress. Brand new dress. And I do know our measurements.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's not that hard to find a store that sells dresses in New York City.
It really is not. And in fact, you know the places that she most prefers.
See how much money I have. Well, that could be better. That'd be great.
Great. Under $1,000, a small house or a Model T Ford.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
for a good dress.
Superb would have been better.
Well, fancy clothes is average.
Yeah, great.
Good would be, you know, stunningly good, like red carpet level.
That's
well,
what I
he
need.
Dress.
also needs it tonight.
So great gets you red carpet level tonight,
Okay.
basically.
Okay.
So you're
You made it.
spending most of the money that you have on you
Mhm.
on
Inequality.
the dress that you're getting for her.
Mhm.
The dress, the wine.
Well, I already got the alcohol.
Yes, you already have the alcohol, but you haven't presented it to her.
No. So now I'm going to have the store. So let's see. I'm going to pick her up at 7. I gotta get this to her by 5. So
Store should be able to deliver it in
Yep.
a
So this is the address that the dress must be delivered. Must be there by 5 p.m. today.
Okay. Let's see now. Make an art roll. This is evaluating what dress it is that you think would
Suicide.
best
Yes.
look best on Paris tonight. So you're going for, you know,
a certain look.
a certain look.
All right, that'd be great.
Okay, that's you're pretty confident in, yeah, that's going to make her happy.
Well, it's going to be a white dress. It's going to complement my white tuxedo.
Okay.
some positives of the negatives yet? Any
For what?
of the photographs of this?
Yeah, I basically took the roll of film, went upstairs, came downstairs, handed him a stack of photos.
It's the amount of time that you took.
We walked upstairs and he turned around and came back downstairs.
Just
One,
about.
2, 3, 4.
It took,
Literally 15 seconds.
it took me longer to travel up to Cloud9.
Like you must have put it into some sort of slot where an automated machine spat out the photos in 15 seconds. Because there's no way a human being could develop photos in 15 seconds.
You put it in the one tank and for about 5 seconds you go, okay, done.
Well, the
Then-
setting
then
time
rinse.
for just the fixer is much more than 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's You-
The
Does
stop
it-
bath is fast.
Some of them weren't as fast.
Most of them are pretty
there's-
fast. Most
Nope.
are pretty fast.
They're intended to be fast.
Anyway, so
Anyways.
yes, 15 seconds for all the photos fully developed.
She
It's-
has special resources for
For developing photos,
for developing
apparently.
photos.
Yes. Basically, I went up, came down. It took longer for the travel time than the photo development.
I'm going to take a short
Well,
There you go.
so look at these. Hey, great job. Nice job, Rick.
Yeah, almost too good.
Yeah, almost. But it just means that this guy will be a better at selling them to somebody if they're better photos.
Well, it's going to be him, and then his agent, his agent's partner, the agent's girlfriend. So we'll spread them out over most of a week.
Mhm.
What's the matter?
My skin is drying out
Oh.
on my ankles. Does every
Winter.
cold season.
As we speak, it's drying.
Oh yeah, as we speak.
That's pretty severe.
Socks don't help.
Socks do not help with that. Yeah, I agree.
So when I get home, they're getting lubricated.
What happened to me is put a crack right here,
Oh yeah,
crack right here.
and right here at the corner of my thumbnail, that's going to bleed several times this winter.
Well, yeah. If you get it to that point, you gotta put the toilet nail down. And
Yeah.
Go away. Then you gotta put band-aids, of course, to keep it your nose jelly from getting everywhere. Been there, done that.
Remarkably good stuff, petroleum jelly. For being over 100 years in use.
Okie dokie. So, yes, you don't have to spend all day developing photos because you just take it to Annie, and less than a minute later she's back with the photos, which doesn't seem right to you because you know how to develop photos.
Yeah,
But they're there. All the photos are there.
it takes longer for them to dry than the time she was gone.
Yeah. And yet these are dry. They are
Mhm.
done.
You know, someday they're going to make a film where it just develops itself.
I suppose
I know
that
that
would-
sounds pretty outlandish, but
I suppose you could do that. I find it easier to just put it in a machine that develops them.
Think of the convenience factor that spits out of the camera, and 60 seconds later you have a developed picture.
So, going to go get off the white tuxedo, but I'm going to be wearing like a really big black cloak to try to cover up the white tuxedo.
Okay.
black coat and a black cape, so white tuxedo is not as visible.
All right. So after you guys are done shopping, which takes all afternoon,
I would have been surprised if it took anything less than that.
she says, "So what are we doing tonight?"
Your watch goes off.
What are
again.
the? What,
It went off a while ago too.
that's true. It did. I'll answer it this time. Can I see who wants? Hello.
Hi, Simon. This is Jack.
Hi, Jack.
I wanted to let you know that JJ is going to be doing a special musical presentation at the Global Club tonight. I thought it might help your situation out if you brought somebody with you there.
I'll see if she. I'll see if she's interested.
Bye.
Goodbye. Jack informs me JJ is going to be performing at the Cobalt Club tonight.
Okay.
Would you have any interest? What do you want to bet that Paris is there?
I'm sure she will be. Well, fairly certain. She did. The last time I talked to her, she did seem somewhat upset with Jack. Yes.
Would you like to go to the Cobalt Club or would you like to do something else?
Let's go to the Cobalt.
Okay.
See, where did it go, George? That's how I see it.
Yeah, it's a bus.
That's nice. It's on the floor. I don't count dice on the floor.
I don't have a couple of dice in my box. So
Oh yeah, I've got plenty of cash. Let's see. Superb wealth at the moment.
So, Jack is going to get into a taxi and he's going to say, Vanderbilt residence, it's whatever it is. I haven't figured out what it is yet.
Okay.
When I get there by 7.
You, So this guy runs into, he gets you about halfway there and then he runs into the back of a car that stops short in front of it. And he gets out and he starts yelling at the person in the car in front of him. And that person gets out and starts yelling at your cab driver. You're not going anywhere for a while.
Oh, yes, I am.
The cop comes over and
No,
starts
before-
yelling at both of these people.
Before the cop gets there, are they two vehicles slammed into each other? Are they tied together?
They are, yeah. I mean,
Not
it's.
anymore, they're not. Jack says, I can fix this. Wow, I'm really rolling crap. But
Yeah, but how many pluses do you have on this? Can you roll badly enough to not pull them apart?
drive like +1.
Okay, you pulled them apart.
And then I turn, and now I use my might to intimidate people because I just use my
Did
hand.
a strength thing.
And now I get a roll. That would be got like +1 again. To look at him and say, we are going to the Vanderbilt residence right now.
Actually, make an engineering roll.
Oh, that's a great roll. That's fantastic.
So, he rolled a -4 on his drive, So the cab has taken enough damage that it's not going anywhere.
He totaled his cab.
He totaled his cab.
Cabs have.
I mean, he'll. I would drive you if I could, but this, it's not. I mean,
Am I ever in a flight on another cab?
all right. You're on a busy street. There are cabs every few seconds. Sure.
Taxi.
All right.
Oh, how much money I have?
I thought you did that already for the shopping spree.
You said there was almost out of money.
Oh, okay.
He spent most of his money on that dress.
You should still be able to afford a cab.
You can still afford a cab fare. Yes,
Hey.
you still have money.
Here's the address. Get me there by 7. If you do it, I'll double you a fare.
Okay.
Take it easy.
It goes much better.
So he found a different cabbie?
Yes, he
Yes.
found a different cab. It was a busy
Abandoned.
street with cabs going by every few seconds.
Abandon the bad cabbie.
It-
Having
it
never
took-
paid him.
It delayed him less than a minute.
Oh.
Sometimes people roll -4, and it's just not good.
Well, I'll be heading into the residence and coming right back out. Just need a meter up.
Okay.
The door. Ding dong.
Paris comes out wearing the
White dress.
white dress. Yeah, usually the door is answered by a servant, but she seems to have been almost expecting you. Jack,
I'm glad it fits. You look stunning.
thank you.
Shall we?
Certainly, let's go.
Okay, get back to the cab. Cobalt Club.
All right, guy takes off.
So, when I'm trying not to have her see and I'm wearing white, I would use the seat to do that, right?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, there's no way she's seen that. I mean, yeah. I'm not sure how I mean, your shoes are white too, right?
Yeah, but I have the long clothes.
Cautious
Yeah.
to protect the shoes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it is February.
It is February. You could be wearing, yes.
Yeah.
You
Something
should be
over
wearing
your shoes.
something
Yeah.
over the
Yeah.
shoes in February.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. You get to the Cobalt Club. Out front, there's on an easel, there's a sign. Performing tonight, J.J. Spencer.
Surprise, Paris.
So, you play a bassoon.
Yes.
Where is your bassoon? You were carrying it the whole time?
Well, it was in the
Oh, okay.
car. I didn't have it when I walked to the door and got it.
Okay.
Back. But when I get out of the cab of the Cobalt Club, I'm carrying the sim.
All right. Because it's not a small instrument.
No.
Well, this is a special night.
Oh, it is. This is a special musical performance.
All right. So, the usual people are there. It doesn't look like a bigger crowd than usual.
That's fine.
Um,
What day of the week is it? I've lost track.
it is a Monday.
It is a Monday. Oh, okay.
That explains why.
Simon is here with Cornelia. Betty Brandt is here with Hawk.
But no one else.
Nobody else.
I don't have to sit there and intimidate or kill somebody.
She is not your responsibility. You don't have to do anything about her. I know you feel a little bit protective, but the plot hook is supposed to be for John Doe. She gets in trouble and he rescues her.
How'd you do? You're in Russia. You're getting in trouble in New York City.
That's not your problem.
Making it my problem.
We'll do the occasional favor for John Doe and to pay back for the favors he does for us.
Well, he did make that Father Russia thing a lot easier than it could have.
Yep.
All right. Everything seems fine except the Mater D, when he greets you, seems. Make an empathy roll.
Good.
Oh, okay. So he seems a little nervous, specifically directed at you.
You being JJ?
Yes, he's JJ right now.
Okay.
So tell me, sir, what's on your mind? You seem a little agitated. Please don't lie to me.
I would never do so. It's just that people have been asking around about some friends of your companion here. And you're one of the names that has been mentioned.
What companion are we talking about?
Paris.
Oh.
He nodded towards Paris.
I'm afraid you did a flyby on me. You're going to have to give me a little more detail.
So, for instance, and he points at Simon. They've been asking about him, and someone named Jack, and you, Mr. Spencer, and John Francis Edgerton. That's all I can remember. But so they were just asking, have you been seen lately? Where you hang out? That sort of thing.
Well, I don't think you're in any danger at all, and
Well, the people who've been asking didn't seem like nice people.
well, at least they're not asking about you. And would you give me a description?
Certainly.
You can use my art skill here.
He doesn't give you a very good description.
I only got bloody fair in my roll, anyways.
He does have the person does have a large scar on their face, and he kind of gives you, it's like a scar right along here. And yes. Let's see. He had a strange accent. How would I? He talked kind of like this.
Ah, Italian.
If you say so, I wouldn't know.
No, I don't speak Italian, unfortunately. Didn't you take that start yet?
Yeah.
Italians talk like this.
He waved his hands a lot as well.
Yeah, it's Italian.
Okay.
Or Sicilian. Or a few other things.
Yeah, it's not just Italians. A lot of people use a lot of hand gestures. Anyway, it just made me nervous.
But when I see these people tonight, I'll have to mention it to them.
Such as in this here.
You don't see anybody like that here in the crowd, do you? They
No,
just come in and
I
all-
do not. Yeah, you look around. There's nobody with a big scar on their face. Nobody looks like an Italian gangster. I mean, they're all very respectable people here. You recognize pretty much everybody in the club.
Yeah, just think
So-
what a big bomb would do.
If
To the-
I'm
Movers and Shakers of New York that went off in the Cobalt Club. About half an hour from now. Yeah. Also, consider how hard it would be to get such a bomb to go off.
so
Did they leave a callback number?
oh,
Yes, of course.
they left a card. Can Paris tag my music when she's dancing?
It's an environmental benefit. Yeah, I mean, unless you roll really badly on music.
No,
I mean,
I have 8
your
points for
music
that.
would have to be at least great
I have 8 points for that.
for her to go, wow, this is great, or better music,
Mhm.
and tag it as an environmental effect or whatever.
Okay.
I assume we ended up dressed to the nines.
Yes.
Okay.
You're wearing your special shoes?
Yep.
Well, I will wait for the maitre d' to introduce me.
The master of ceremony.
Pardon me.
Yes. So you get in, you get sort of settled, and then there's like a cue. They nod at you
Yep.
to see, are you ready?
Yep.
You nod back that yes. So then the master of ceremonies goes up onto the stage. We have a very special blah 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 blah. J.J. Spencer, and the light shines on you. And
Walking out and say, evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to be here. I have a very special song dedicated to a very special woman, and I'd like to have her come up here and assist me with her dancing.
assist you with her dancing. She really doesn't dance like that. I mean, she's not a performance dancer. She knows how to ballroom dance. She doesn't have a partner up here. She looks very flustered. Like, ugh.
You can do it. I roll really well. And my art,
Uh-huh.
I got a +3.
All right. Okay, make a rapport roll. Okay, that's good enough to convince her. She'll come up on stage. She still looks super nervous. Like, what am I supposed to do? So, what is your resulting music art roll? Was that you told me the
Yeah.
plus, but you didn't tell me that what your base
Epic.
is? Epic. Epic. Okay.
You're dancing with Jack.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fine. Make an art roll for her.
So I'm rolling on her art ability.
Yes.
Okay, I get the tag in music.
Yes. You get a +2. Wow. You must have rolled really well. Okay, well, she's fantastic up there. She overcomes her nervousness, and people are impressed.
Or the clown.
So yes, this is absolutely not something she would normally do, but
You time the music to her moves wonderfully.
yeah.
So after the one song, you may sit down and enjoy the rest of the evening.
All right, she does.
Play a few sets, and then he'll finally say, I'm afraid my performance has come to an end. You've been a lovely audience. I look forward to entertaining you in the future."
People are disappointed because you were so amazing up there with your jazz bassoon.
And so JJ leaves and changes into his black, and Jack appears.
Okay.
Sits down next to Paris. "I have another surprise for you." Pulls out a jar. "This is amazing. We got this in Paris." Pours her
A
glass.
bottle, not a
Yes.
jar.
Yeah, bottle.
It's not moonshine.
A bottle. So, see if you are when they know people.
Okay. She's very impressed. Make an empathy.
Fair.
So like
Pretty good.
she's gone from like really pissed off at you to now she's probably neutral. Like normally after, buying her a super wonderful dress and having her up there and because she likes attention. And then she was a little, nervous because she doesn't do that sort of thing. And then giving her this, and normally she'd be, ecstatic. Now she's just sort of neutral. You've moved her up a few notches on the, how she feels about Jack.
Progress.
Yes. Yes, Cornelia is still on the kind of grumbly at you.
Right.
So, Cornelia, did you enjoy the music?
It was amazing. I didn't know such sounds could come out of a bassoon. bassoon isn't usually a very versatile instrument, but Jack can do things with a bassoon
Peter and
that
the
are,
Wolf.
are literally amazing to people.
Frank
Epic
Zappa's
is
favorite instrument.
way up there.
Well, maybe not his favorite instrument,
Well,
one who truly appreciated.
So the night goes by uneventfully.
mhm.
What are you doing?
Oh, I went to the Cobalt Club. I heard J.J. Spencer was going to be playing.
Okay.
That's
Um,
why I checked my resources.
Ah. Yes, you need to be dressed much nicer than you usually dress to get into the Cobalt Club.
You
Well,
put it-
somewhere along the way, I acquired a tuxedo.
and then you'd have to maybe bribe your way in.
Or name drop.
Or name drop.
I went to the Wells party.
Yes. What are you doing? I mean, you.
I am enjoying a quiet night of
Not being a nurse.
Not being a nurse.
yes, not being
Okie
a
dokie.
nurse. Of checking the translation one more time because I'm going to bring a copy over to the library tomorrow. The John Doe's.
Ah. Okay.
Catching up on your back editions of Scientific American.
That too, but
So Jack will walk over to Betty and say, "Hi, Hawk. Hi, Betty. Did you enjoy the music?
Yes, it was wonderful.
Hear much from John lately?
I got a message from him 2 days ago. He's dealing with something in Balkans, I think.
Well, if you have the opportunity to send him a message, you can tell him that we're available to help him out if needed.
Well, I believe sometime. Oh.
it is the 11th of February,
Um,
1924.
Yes, it's Betty who's actually saying.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, sorry. It's not the GM. But yeah, sometime early next month he should be back, he said.
Oh, excellent.
So you can let him know yourself, unless it's more urgent than that.
No. Just kind of between jobs right now. So I'm thinking maybe tomorrow I'll have Italian.
Okay. Not sure why you felt the need to tell me that, but okay.
So I'll whisper to you.
Are you all at the same table then?
Well, he invited himself to Wells' table.
Yeah, I'm at the Wells
okay.
table.
All right. You're at the Wells table then. That's fine. I don't think Simon's going to object.
I can't talk to Simon. He's too much in deep water with Cornelia. I can talk to you and say the people at the Cobalt Club have been being questioned by, well, I guess, the Italians on, well, us.
Okay.
I got a really lousy description. So I don't have a pad of paper.
That is a very poor drawing of anybody, much less an eye tie.
Well,
There
it's
is
in-
a noticeable scar on,
You got
on
the
their
scar
face.
looking good, though.
Yeah, well, my resource, my eyewitness must have been half asleep or something.
Or
He
just
rolled
staring-
-2 on his academics, which is mediocre, okay?
Or just spent his whole time just staring at that scar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a very noticeable scar.
There's a YouTube from Wired where they have a CIA professional, a CIA disguise expert. As a matter of fact, the wife of the guy who did the Argo operation.
I actually have seen that one where she does things like Chevy Chase and Fletch and a
Yeah.
whole bunch of other movies, and makes comments like, "We tell our agents to never steal the elements of their disguise because if they get caught, that just causes more problems." She liked the layered disguises.
Mm-hmm.
It was a pretty good video. I liked that some of the comedy movies actually had better disguise elements. One of the infiltration movies she was particularly disgusted with. But I think that's any professional watching a movie about their profession.
Yeah. It seems to be that if you know anything about a subject and it's in a movie, you just roll your eyes and shake your head.
Mm-hmm.
So
What was the worst thing I saw? So yeah, it was like a reel to reel tape for a computer where they were spinning like this. It's like no.
what I always love is the gun shooting out all these empty shells, and the belt isn't getting any shorter coming into it. It's like,
Yeah, really?
The infinite repeater, yeah.
Yes. For some reason, guns in movies never seem to.
Except for John Woo.
Yeah. Pay attention to how many shots have been fired. Unless it's specifically important to the plot.
A number of games have made fun of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
so how much is Paris gonna drink of this very wonderful cognac? It's not gonna phase Jack.
Yeah, she's probably over the whole night, 6 small glasses because cognac isn't usually large amounts. But, yeah, it's I mean, you're there until 1:30 in the morning, so it doesn't seem to be doing much to it.
Okay, good.
So, yeah, nothing else happens in the Cobalt Club.
So you might want to be looking around when you're here and see anybody who, doesn't quite fit in.
A little taking it all in. Not very well, but that's only good.
You take your time and take it all in.
Yeah. But nothing happens for the rest of the night.
Yeah, you take in everything in the Cobalt Club, and nothing seems out of place or out of the ordinary. Make an empathy roll.
Mediocre?
That is also good.
Wow.
Yeah, the Mater D seems a little more nervous than usual. You notice, but nobody else seems to be nervous. So,
Well, once they close the joint down, I'll walk outside of Paris and I'll try to hail a cab.
is Simon staying until close as well?
Simon is staying until Cornelia wants to leave.
She's staying as long as Paris is, and she's
Okay.
staying until close.
Then we're staying until close.
Okay, so you're all basically leaving at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody make an alert this roll.
Go here.
Wow, Jackson the ball.
That's only
You got godlike.
fair.
Okay.
Good, then I'm not going to spend a fate point.
No.
I got awe-inspiring.
Yeah. So somebody's watching you, but you can't figure out from where.
You got the Wiggins.
I don't enough to investigate.
Is he the only one who got that?
Yes, you get this exact same thing.
I get the same thing. Okay.
So no, he's not the only one who gets it. You get it as well.
Okay.
Um,
Well, okay. Let's try for an investigation to see if we can figure out where they are.
That'd be godlike +1.
And that's significantly better than my fantastic.
All right. So, there's a very tall building off that away, literally about 2 miles away, and somebody is looking in your direction, using a telescope. You spot the lens basically.
Mhm.
Spot, and it's nighttime, so that's a little weird. But you got godlike +1.
You must have gotten just a perfect glance of the moonlight off the lens. Or
Yeah,
some such
I
thing.
mean, so, Fantastic wasn't even nearly good enough.
Right.
Because they're literally 2 miles away up in a building.
Well, +4.
Have your carrot juice.
Excuse me, everyone. Click. Teleporting kind of behind where that is. So I can kind of see it.
You can't see that room from where you are. I mean, you saw a little flash of what you know is a lens. That's the entirety of detail you've got. You
So it
can't
wasn't-
picture that room.
Okay, but it was from a room in a building.
You see at the window.
Mhm.
You assume that there's something behind that window. Yes.
Okay, so
Can you go to just outside the window on the ledge?
yeah, is there a ledge?
No.
Roof?
Well, there's a roof above it,
Yes.
How far above is the roof?
about 4 more stories up. It's a
Above.
very tall building.
I'll go to the roof then.
Okay.
I'll go to the roof. I will take out my rope belt and tie it on.
I'm trying to. You need to be able to see or have seen where you're teleporting to.
Yeah.
You cannot see the top of the roof from here. You can see the edge of the building and know there's a roof there.
I can see 10 feet above the roof, though, can I?
All right, so you're teleporting into mid-air above the roof.
Then I'm gonna make a short fall and hopefully roll well enough for my athletics.
Okay. I guess I will let you do that.
It's considered a short fall.
Yes.
The target is pretty easy. And I just got awe-inspiring.
Falling, short fall up to 20 feet.
Jack, Who knows?
Base difficulty.
He decided to disappear.
Roll
The
athletics.
question is he still
If
here?
he
Is he
fails to
somewhere
make a
else?
mediocre difficulty, the fall streak is one worse than that. If he beats a
Valid.
difficulty based on the length of the fall, which is a base difficulty of fair, based on the length of the fall as shown in the table below, he may treat the fall as one step shorter. So a long fall would become a medium fall, and so on.
Short fall maybe you don't get hurt if you make the difficulty. If you don't make the difficulty, you get
You get a minor consequence. So yes, I guess short fall decreases down to not falling.
right.
And so you land on the roof without taking a consequence.
And I stealth myself. You godlike +3.
Okay.
Then I tie on the rope belt to the roof, and I slide down slowly down the 4 floors till I get to the window where I saw the reflection.
Okay.
And I look inside.
Okay.
What do I see?
You see an office with a telescope at the window.
Mhm.
Nobody in there.
But I can see inside the office.
You can see inside the office, yes.
We just teleport inside the office.
Yes, you may now teleport inside the office because you're not 2 miles away anymore.
So now I'm
You
inside
can
the-
actually see through the window because you're right in front of it, yes.
so now I'm in the office. I'm going to investigate to see if I can see anybody who's like me there.
All right. Investigating the office.
And it was not the roll I needed. By the way, I'm gonna have to use a fate point. I'm the best there is. Gives you uninspired.
You seem disappointed with your roll, though. So, an investigation of an area takes time.
Starting.
Are you going to drop that amount of time? If you're going to investigate the whole office, that takes like 4 minutes. So it's a long amount of time considering combat rounds. You can reduce that
Yeah, if I blow it.
1, 2, 3, 4 shifts, and then you're down to 1 second.
But then my skill low drops.
But then your result drops by 4. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you that you're investigating an entire office, and you can't do that in 4 seconds normally. That's not the base time. The base time is 4 minutes for this office.
Okay, so what I'm going to do then.
I mean, you rolled really well.
Yeah, okay, fine. We're talking about it. I can drop it down to get it that fast. This one gets fine.
So yeah, you went from awe-inspiring. Are you using all 4 shifts
So
or
use 3.
3 shifts? So that's 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3. So you get fantastic. So somebody was standing here, behind the telescope. There was somebody else as well standing next to them. They ran out through that door over there. Probably the moment you disappeared. Like the carpet is still,
Flexing up.
flexing up.
Okay, well, I can run too.
That and the smoky outlines. That's always-
Yes! Those movement lines, the dust.
So I get into the hallway. I want to figure out which way they went. which I need to investigate.
Yes.
Which I did not roll as well, but I rolled decently. I got epic.
Okay.
Godlike plus whatever.
This is actually you're doing a much smaller investigation. This small area, that small area. So it's not a 4-minute investigation. So I'll say it takes about, well, the base time on this is going to be 4 seconds. But this is a hard floor. It's not. There's not a rug in here that you can look for indentations.
Yeah,
Not easy to follow them, I think.
Usually, well, at this time, they did use a lot of rugs.
In the office, there was, I mean, it wasn't really carpet, it was rugs.
Yeah.
But in the hallway, this is a public hallway.
Oh yeah, right.
It's a wooden floor.
Yeah, it's not gonna have.
It's not going to have a rug out here in the hallway.
No.
So, yes, they went that way. And that took you, what did I say, 4 seconds?
4 seconds.
So, looking that way, I see more office doors.
Yeah, there's office doors on either side of the hallway. And then at the end of the hallway, there's a door that looks like it is probably a stairway access door.
Okay. How many zones would be for me to get to that doorway that's a stairway access door?
That would be 2 zones.
And I can see athletics.
Yeah.
Yep, hold on enough for that. Got fantastic.
Okie dokie.
So now I'm there, and now I'm wanting to investigate again to see if they went down the stairs.
All right, you're going into the stairwell then?
Yep.
All right.
That would be epic.
So
Because going downstairs is noisy
yeah.
unless you're doing it very slowly.
You're stealth.
I am stealth, but
So, what you see is there's a mark on the railing, and it looks like there was a rope tied with a kind of a slip knot, something that could be undone, and it looks like they must have had a rope and just went down several stories. It doesn't look like they could have gone all the way to the ground, because that would be a ridiculously long rope. But they must have gone down the rope and then undid the knot, so the rope's not there anymore. But you see the mark where the rope was. So they're all right. They're probably down there a few floors below you.
well, I will start doing athletics. 2 zones.
Okay.
Have to run down.
So yeah, you get with each zone, you make it down a floor, basically. You go down stairs, turn, go downstairs, and
So I go down 3 floors, and then I'm going to investigate.
Okay.
See if I hear them. That's better. Awe-inspiring.
Yes, you hear them. They're probably about 5 floors below you.
Okay. Well, I'm rolling well in my athletics.
I didn't. You gained a floor on them.
Okay, if I do it again. Roll well again in my athletics.
Okay. They did too.
Okay. Yep, going well. Awe-inspiring. Okay.
So 2 floors each time. That was 4 rolls. So you're about 4 floors up now. They've hit the street. So you're about 4 floors up, and you hear them go through the door down there,
Okay.
the exit door on the street.
So I go over to a window.
There are no windows in this stairwell. You'd have to go back out into a hallway and go to an office.
Okay.
Make a window.
I make a window. I punch the wall.
Okie dokie, make a strength roll. I mean, fists roll, I guess, which is strength for you.
I'd like +2.
Okay. Whatever size and shape of hole you wanted to make in the wall, you have made in the wall.
Bugs Bunny shape.
Okay, you'd have to make an art roll to do that.
More of this stuff.
It could be square or round or octagonal.
I think he's
Rectangular.
going for basic oval.
I was gonna say, I think whatever it is, it's going to be perfect to put a window in here with with next to no problems
I
in the
would
morning.
probably do a shoulder into the wall, knock a big hole that I could almost walk through.
Okay.
Once I do that, then I'm going to look down and see what I see.
So you're looking out onto a back alley. There is a vehicle down there that 2 guys are getting into. It's a car. It's like a roadster.
Okay. I'm going to teleport in front of it.
Okie dokie.
I think it's coming towards me.
Yes.
Oh, and I'm going to punch it.
All right.
I'm going to.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how this works because the car hits you and you're punching it at the same time.
Well, what I could do is I will step to the side and spin kick into it.
Okay.
That way I'll
Make
crash
an
into it.
athletics roll then
Okay.
for you're dodging it basically.
Okay. That would be.
Because even if you punch it really hard, it has momentum and anyway.
Godlike.
Okay, you easily step aside, and you're kicking it in the engine compartment
Mhm.
area.
Okay.
All right, you have destroyed it. I'm sure. There's no way you can't destroy it. It's a roadster. It's got 3 boxes.
Got me more.
Yeah, it's basically there's no front end to it anymore. They seem extremely surprised because they can't actually see you.
No.
All of a sudden, the front end disappears.
So they're not really sure what happened. I mean, if you had punched one of them, they could go, "Oh, I feel a punch from somewhere in that general vicinity." But you kicked the car, so they have no idea what just happened. It's like magic or something.
So I will use quick draw, bring up my gun, and I will break stealth, and I'll point at things and sit there, freeze, or I'm going to kill you.
So normally I would consider the kicking of the front of the car as being you demonstrating your strength, and therefore you could intimidate them with that.
Mhm.
But You were stealth. So I have no idea that it was you. So are you trying to intimidate them without using that extra whatever from? Because otherwise, I mean, yeah, you just basically have your normal intimidation.
Yeah.
So I assume that's what you're trying to do then.
Yes, I am.
You can tag that they are very surprised and confused by the damage done to the car.
I don't think I can tag is the fact that I appeared out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then tag
That's
that.
about the only thing I can come up with.
So, what was your intimidation roll?
A little lousy. Fair.
Okay. I might actually not be intimidated by you for the first time ever. Well. So.
+4.
No.
No.
+1. But I have a group bonus because there's 2 of me.
Yep.
My group bonus is 1, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. For 2 people, it's a 1.
Yeah, I thought so. So that's fair, and therefore you have
Oh shit.
no shift, so you didn't intimidate them.
No.
I think we're in combat now. We should probably do something about that. I mean, they literally have no chance of injuring you at all. But we're going through combat rounds. Yeah, that's your and I rolled a -1, so you go first.
Okay. Is there a like a dumpster nearby?
There's a trash barrel. There's not a dumpster now.
Like a 55-gallon
Yeah,
trash barrel?
it's got a 55-gallon drum that has a bunch of trash in it. Not as big as a bin or whatever, but
To the door off the car.
Yeah, I'll tear the door off the car.
Not your knife?
No, it just way overkill. God, like +4.
okay. Just needed good.
He said tear the door off the car, not tear the car off the door.
So I grab the door, tear it off, and I'm holding it and saying, "I'm serious.
Okay.
Freeze, or you're dead."
So if you can't do the intimidate at the same time
No.
you're doing the
No. Okay,
tear
I'll do the tear of door.
Yeah.
afterwards.
because that's 2 actions.
Yeah.
So yes, you could do one or the other. You can't do them both. So you're tearing the door off the car, but you're still pointing the pistol at them.
Yep.
Okay. So one of them pulls out a gun,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, this is going to be pathetic. But they're going to try an intimidation attack against you. They rolled. You're going to get spin. Average, because they did a supplemental action.
Okay, I got a uninspiring on my resolve.
Resolve, yes. So that would be spin. Just remember that. I guess I didn't intimidate you very much.
That's not a gun.
So you're evaluating them. These are not. You're really not impressed by them. They're like minions. They're like mooks.
Mhm.
Maybe a line above mooks. You're impressed that they did the rope thing,
That was
and
okay.
that's not. I mean, maybe somebody told them to do that, or you don't know, but it's very impressive that they figured out some way to get out of that building fast enough so that there was a slight chance you weren't going to catch them, except that you teleported down in front of them after punching a hole in the wall. But if you'd run down the stairs instead, you probably wouldn't have caught them because they would have driven away.
That's why I didn't do it.
Yeah. So that was their actions. We're back around to you. Now you can intimidate.
I'm serious. Drop the weapons and start talking, or I'm going to start shooting you.
Okay. What did you get? I mean, I
I got epic.
all right. Well,
Oh, pardon me. Legendary. I forgot to spin.
you know, I emphasized spin like 3 times.
You remembered it before you had finished.
Yeah.
Okay. Not that it really matters, because I mean, wow, are they way beyond taken out? I mean, between them, they had 2 boxes, and they rolled a -1. So
So they're on the brown seat.
whatever
Jack.
his taken out is, whatever you want to have is taken out. I mean, within reason, not they become oracles and can predict the future or something weird like that.
Okay.
It's just normal, you know, taken
Oops.
outs.
They're basically going to do what I tell them to do and answer all the questions that I ask.
Well, that's part of doing what you tell them to do. If you say
Within the best
answer
of,
all the
within
questions I ask.
within the best of their knowledge.
Yeah, I mean they're not going to become super geniuses suddenly because they're really not.
So I'm gonna then. So just stay right where you are. Drop the hardware, guys.
Okay, they immediately the one who pulled the gun out drops the gun.
Kick it towards me.
Well, there's no door there anymore, so yes, they kick it towards you.
You have a weapon on you as well. No.
Yes.
Drop it out the window.
So this does not. There's no top to it. There's a front windshield, but there's no
Drop
sides
it
or
off the
top.
side.
Yeah. So there's no window to drop it out.
That's really good.
Yeah. So he pulls it out, you know, like this. He's holding onto the handle and he drops it out.
I'll pull up the watch. Turn the watch. Say, Rick. Yo, I'm about 2 miles away. I got 2 guys at gunpoint right now who are spying on us.
Make an academics roll.
Uh-oh. This
Not
is,
that high.
this is not, wow. A +3. Nope. Yeah, +3, so that'd be great.
Yeah. The target was average. You can tell him the street address of where you are.
I'm
You
at-
know which building this is. There are not that many 16-story buildings.
I'm at the
New
back
York right
alley
now.
of this alley on the corner of 16th and 54th.
Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter. You just tell him the address.
Would you guys like to take a
Don't phrase it like that. If you're going to talk to the mooks, don't. Would you like to? No, there's no. Would you like to? Just tell them what to do.
So, get out of the vehicle.
Um,
All that's left of it.
so the guy in the passenger side gets out through the place where there used to be a door, and the other guy climbs out on the other side. The driver climbs out on the other side.
Come here.
Okay, you're doing that to the driver or the guy who's already like right in front of you.
Oh, well.
I mean, you were basically a foot away from him once he got out of the vehicle.
So, I pull out handcuff and I put the guy in front of his left hand. The driver, come over here.
All right, he comes over there.
Clip his right hand.
Okay,
So now I said, get ahead of me. Start walking.
okay.
Right. Is there a cab handy? I inform.
Yes, there is a cab stand in front of the Cobalt. Well, not
Okay.
right in front, but right by the Cobalt Club.
That you
And
were
as
about
you were leaving at close, there were a bunch of cabs there.
And it's only been about 2 minutes.
Yeah, less than
Less
Less
than
than
that.
that.
It's been less than a minute because we were doing combat rounds there, basically.
Yeah. I'm going to go join Jack.
Okay.
So I grab a cab because it's going to be faster than me running there.
Yeah, running 2 miles takes a very long time.
Yeah. So then Simon's watch is going to make noise now.
Okie dokie.
Click.
Hi, Simon. I apprehended 2 people who were spying on us. Got a question now. Could you pass the watch over to Paris?
Paris, it's for you. It's Jack.
Hello?
Hi, Paris.
Jack, where are you? You were
about-
standing right next to me a few seconds ago, and now you're not.
I'm at the corner
about
of
2
X
miles
and Y.
away.
What?
No, you could just tell her you're at the corner of X and Y.
Yeah, I'm at the corner of 16th and 54th.
That's... No. No, but it's... No.
Basically, I spotted 2 people who were spying on us, and I was very concerned for your safety.
How would you see somebody that far away?
I have good eyes.
Nobody has that good eyes.
I do. So I would feel
She
safer.
sounds exasperated, by the way. In case you were wondering.
And you report.
Yeah.
Well, 20 plus. That would be good.
Okay.
It's good.
I think you just are trying to avoid me.
Well, tell you what. Why don't you and Simon and Cornelia grab a cab and meet me at this intersection? You'll see that
Why? What? Why?
I'm being very truthful here.
Uh-huh.
Rick grabbed his own cab. He's gone.
Yeah, he's gone. Well, she hands the pocket watch back to you. He wants us to meet him at... She gives you an intersection. I'm not sure how he got there, since he was just here a few seconds ago.
Get it to demonstrate sometime.
Actually, I have done that already.
Yeah. She doesn't like to think about it, but yeah.
One of those things like being in the spaceship submarine, you know,
Yeah.
very unnerving experience.
She really doesn't like to think about that.
I don't think she's forgiven Annie. Even though it really
All
wasn't
right. So
her
yeah,
fault.
there's a taxi there. You give him an intersection to bring you to.
So
That's
at least
not a
do that.
problem.
So we get up to almost to the edge of the street and they say, "Okay, stop,
All right,
turn around."
they do that.
So who,
They actually kind of
Yeah.
yeah,
Wink.
they
Laurel and Hardy.
yeah, they Laurel and Hardy it a little bit, but then they figure it out and turn around.
So who paid you to watch me?
We just know him as Scarface.
Oh, really? But, wow. So this is a really bad picture of a person. This wouldn't be Scarface, would it?
The scar is right,
Okay.
but other than that, no, he doesn't look like that. No.
Yeah, well, my eyewitness was kind of not paying attention. I think he's focused on the scar. So,
It's a very distinctive scar.
and is this man Italian?
Yeah.
Are you guys Italian?
No.
So what do you normally do?
You know, stuff, whatever we can find for work.
Would that include thievery?
So, well, I mean, sometimes things fall off the back of trucks, and we pick them up and take them, but that's not really stealing. We don't take it out of the truck.
So you know,
It's literally true that sometimes things
Yeah.
do fall
Yeah,
off the back
they
of
do.
trucks.
they do.
And you know, the person whose stuff it is probably thinks it's being stolen, but these guys, you know, they're thieves of opportunity, is what they're trying to say. Like, this isn't
If
being.
something falls at their feet, they'll take it.
They'll take it, yes, and that's kind of stealing.
Don't-
But they don't really look at it that way.
Don't tempt them because they won't.
Yeah, I mean, if you leave valuable items out on the street, well, how could they be blamed for just picking them up and taking them?
They're doing a public service.
Yeah, they're blocking the sidewalk or the street or whatever.
Cleaning up.
Cleaning up.
That's not how the police usually would view stuff like that, but yeah.
Environmentally conscious.
Yes, they're very environmentally conscious.
Well, how much does this guy pay you?
He gave us a solid.
Did he tell you that it was going to be dangerous?
He said something about how we might have to get out of there fast, and he gave us a suggestion of how to do that.
Moves.
Yeah.
But he didn't really say why we would have to get out of there fast. We just kind of figured it must be because there was some danger involved.
Yeah.
How did you get from where you were to where you were?
I'm very fast.
I don't think anybody's that fast.
I'm the one asking the questions, not you. I'm the guy who took out the front end of your vehicle.
Do you have like a steam something? How would, no. I mean, the entire front end is literally gone. It's shattered into small pieces.
Is there like a mailbox or a park bench here or something like that?
Oh, destroy federal property.
I'll pick it up.
No, there's a street lamp. That's
There's
the
a
closest thing
Is it a
that.
sewer grate?
Yeah.
I will casually go and take one finger, grab the sewer grate, pick it up into the air.
Okay. I'm sure it's well above what you need.
Got my plus one.
Yeah. So yeah, you got 8 shifts on that. It would have been more, but you used only one finger. So
They probably have a surprised look on their face.
yeah, they're like, and I'm going to call it for the night.
I put it in one hand and then I put it back.
Okay.
So. Alright.
Okay.
Get something to do.
Simon has 47. No, 46.
Oh, JJ, you have some explaining to
And
do.
Gene has 48. Did Annie spend any?
Yep, I have 47.
Rick? 48. Jack?
I spent 2.
You're at 46.
John Doe spent 4.
Ooh,
Ouch.
44.
Maybe you're worse than me then.
He's busy.
Good night, everyone. Good night.
Yes, good night, stream.
I enjoyed the role playing.